Okay, welcome back Year 2's Lesson 3 for Phonics for this week. Here are our tricky words. And what I've done this time is I have left out some letters. So what I would like you to do is just to spend 2 minutes now writing these 5 words with the correct letters in. So pause and we'll go through it afterwards. Go now. Okay, now you've had a go. Let's fill in these letters. Make sure it's the right colour. So here we have paw and door and find and be Oz, and then we had floor. So those are our 5 tricky words for this week. Well done if you've got all of those correct and the letters in the right place. Let's move on to our new ing rule for today. So first of all though, I want to recap what we've done over the last 2 days. So here are 3 words: soak, float and boil. I would like you to write them in a sentence that uses soaking, floating and boiling. Okay, now remember you're going to need to put am, is or was in front of the word to make the sentence make sense. Okay, so just spend 2 minutes writing down 3 sentences now. Okay, so my 3 sentences was: I was soaking after coming out the bath. The boat was floating down the river. And I was boiling a saucepan of water for some yummy pasta. Okay, that's all I want you to do. You didn't need to just write the words. It was about the application, the using it in sentences. Because with this, it's not just about getting the word right. It's about understanding that word comes before it as well. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. The was, the am, or the is. Right then, let's move on. So, today's rule, we're going to focus on adding ing to words with the end in an e, which means we're going to be looking at words which have split digraphs in. So I want you to spend time now. I've got 5 gaps here for 5 split digraphs. Do you reckon you could write all 5 split digraphs in your book? Now go. Okay, now you've done that, let's have a go at doing so. We've got the split digraph A sound, the split digraph E sound, and we're not really going to use much of this one today because there's not that many words that use that one. The split digraph I sound, the O, and the oo or u. It makes the same one. So here I've got 2 verbs, 2 pictures. What is the lady doing? And what is the boy doing? Okay, do you reckon you can write those 2 words in your book underneath the split digraphs? They will have split digraphs in. So this one is not jumping, for example, because that has no split digraph in it. So it's only 2 words. This lady is bake. The verb is bake. And the verb here is dive. And what we're going to do is we're going to change those words to baking and diving. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's have a look at these words in the sentence. So Mum bakes a cake for Rosie's birthday. So I've put bakes in blue because that's the verb. But bakes already has a suffix on it. It already has that S. So when we change it, what we've got to do is we've got to put it back to its, the original verb, which is bake. Okay, and what happens to it? So what we want to do is add ing, but we've got this e here, which we need to do something with. So what we do is we get rid of it. We drop the e. It disappears. It goes. Okay, so bake becomes baking. Now it's not backing anymore, because if it was backing, it would have 2 k's because of the short a sound here. So it's baking. It's almost like it's still there, but we can't see it. So let's use that in a sentence. Mum is baking a cake for Rosie's birthday. So once again, we've added that is word before the verb. Okay, the other word was dive, so I dive into the swimming pool. Dive, we want to change it. We can't just add ing because we've got that e, so we get rid of it. So dive becomes diving. And in a sentence, I was diving into the swimming pool. So that's something I've already done, I've done before. I've got my diving word, and then I've got was before it. You can't say I is diving. You can say I am diving into the swimming pool. So when you have I, you use am or was. If you're using people's names, you use is or was. Right, your turn. So I've got 4 words here. I've got scrape, joke, care, which is a bit of a funny one because there's still the split digraph, but the at, the r, and the f make an air sound, and pile. So I want you to change those words into scraping, joking, caring, piling. Remember, get rid of the e before adding the ing. Okay, go now and we'll go, pause it now and we'll go through it afterwards. Okay, so just like we did before, I'm going to write, remember we don't put the e, so the e goes and then we add ing. Same for joke, so it becomes jock almost, and then we add the ing. But we still say it as O and A. Care, we write car and then ing after it, but that's still caring. And pile becomes, if it was pill, it would be double L, which is why we know it's piling. I am piling up plates on the surface for lunch. Okay, right. So here are, you will have this sheet in your pack. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to sort them. Last week you cut them out and you stuck them in different things. I don't want you to do it this week. I want you to do something different. I want you to, any of the words you do nothing to, okay, I want you to colour in red. So I want you to colour the box in red. Any of the ones where there is an E which we have to get rid of, I want you to colour in blue. Now, you don't have to use red or blue really. If you've got 2 other colours that are your favourites, use those 2 colours, but making sure it's only 2 colours. So if we take the first 2, for example, get my highlighter out. So moan doesn't have an E on the end, so it's got to be a do nothing. Okay, whereas hike does have an E on the end, so that becomes blue. I want you to do that to all the other ones. And that's it for today, because tomorrow you're going to use this sheet and we're going to write some sentences about it. Okay, but for today it's just a bit of colouring. Off you go.